Dracula. Historical fictional character, action hero, sex symbol. What is it? We're here tonight at Brennan Theaters watching Dracula Untold. Sequel, remake, I don't know what the it is, but we're watching it. So it's about Dracula. It's untold. You know this is gonna be promising. I'm gonna be honest, guys. Going in, I did not really care to see this movie. It's just kind of like, whatever, another monster flick. You're gonna start off strong and shoehorn some bullshit in there, and you're gonna end it leaving me really pissed off. It ended leaving me kind of pissed off, but it actually was great eye candy. Dracula looks sick. He's got the dragon armor. It's kind of like the fear symbol, like, oh, like, watch out for him. The way they do it, they kind of like tweak vampire lore, which is nice. It does follow tradition, but it does add some stuff in there that's like, that's cool. I liked how it looked, how it sounded. I loved how he can control bats. Batman is super jealous of that. And you've got like 10 million bats on your side. You're the guy in the army, and here come the bats. Oh, here come rabies. Game over, dude. We won, Rabbit Army. Though there are some plot holes I feel. Just some stuff you're watching and then something else happens. You're like, I think there might be a deleted scene, not entirely sure. Especially in the end. I don't know, you guys can tell me in the comments. Silver for vampires, is it like kryptonite weakness, or is it just they can't touch it and it hurts them, like we can kill you with silver? You know, like stake through the heart. But when you're watching the film and you get to the part with the silver, you'll see what I mean. Where it's just like, I'm a little confused with what you're trying to tell me with the coins and whatnot. I don't know. And then also the final fight. It's a good fight, but at the same time, I just saw one thing, so why isn't that same thing happening now? I'm a little confused. But then it does the actual ending, so you're like, I'm a little intrigued. And that's the thing that's about it, because at that point I'm like, is there more to it? Credits. Hope they make a sequel, because I'm tired of movies that are like, we're gonna make a sequel and then we don't get one. Or we get one a decade later and has nothing to do with the first one. You, Hollywood. All in all, I'm gonna give the movie a 6.5 out of 10. The reason being is just the plot holes and some of the stuff they do in A to get to C, they forget about B, and that really bothered me. Other than that, I liked the actors, I liked how it looked. If you wanna have an enjoyable weekend experience, go see that. If monster movies aren't your deal, go see The Judge. Drama, action-packed with RDJ and Robert Duvall and Billy Bob Thornton, can't go wrong there. To see what the other bloodsuckers had to say, let's check that out right now. Dracula Untold, man. What'd you think? Gotta know.
The movie was actually enjoyable. I enjoyed the ride, so to say. My big issue with this movie is that the script has some serious issues. There are points in the movies where you're like, are you going to follow your own rules in this movie? Because you establish something at the beginning and then you don't follow it the rest of the movie. That happens a number of times. And then there are certain things where you're questioning it, like, did I miss something? Is that how that works? And then there are parts that break the immersion, like, where did they get an entire army's worth of blindfolds? What was it, 10,000 people or 100,000 people?
100,000.
Where'd you get 100,000 blindfolds in the field from? Things like that. It's like, what in the world? Were you prepared for that? That was a big issue for me. Other than that, the small plot holes, overall the picture was good. I like what they were trying to paint. I like the fact that they were keeping it kind of a historical concept with it, which was neat, basing it off of the guy that Dracula was based off of. I like it. I like what they're setting up. I hope they get popular enough to make another movie. That'd be cool.
Watch out, Batman, right?
Yeah, Batman has to be scared. I mean, he's losing all of his Bat friends to Dracula. He's clearly the cool guy on the block. Movie is a Dracula movie. It lacked in the werewolf department, like Underworld, I guess. But I guess we weren't going there this time, so maybe part 2.
I really liked the movie. I really liked the fact that it was very action-packed. I liked that I got into the movie. I really was looking forward to what was being said and what was going on. Really was intrigued at how the whole vampire thing changed from go a certain amount of time without blood. In the beginning, you have a chance of not being the blood sucker that he was going to be.
They did that in Supernatural. Spoiler alert!
I love the action. I love the graphics. I love the whole bat thing. I mean, obviously, everyone's saying that, Batman got robbed, but,
Dude, he did.
Other than that, I really liked the movie in the sense that it was a Dracula movie. I really am a vampire person. I get that from my mother. Good vampire movie, and the fact that it was kind of an origins kind of thing is what I think it was trying to do. I liked it. I had a fun time watching it. It was a good movie.
Better than I expected. I went into it with a much lower standard. The acting was really good, very good looking. What movie isn't nowadays?
I know, it's good.
It was worth it, yeah. It's worth the, whatever, $7, $8, $10, whatever the hell it is nowadays. Somewhere between $5 and $25.
No, seriously, depending what you're seeing.
I enjoyed this retelling like I enjoyed I, Frankenstein retelling. I enjoy when they put a more realistic twist on them. So that's what I enjoyed about it, was the graphics. It was a beautiful movie. It was a very visually stunning movie for what it was. It was pretty grotesque, visually beautifully stunning, but bats. the bats were cool.
Visually, this was a good movie. The script I was not in love with by any means. One thing that I do not like is why do they have to retell stories? Untold. It was told. It was retold. Like, we know. Like, that's just stupid. Honestly, I do not like the direction that they went with it but in any means. They did this like they did with Maleficent. They're evil. Let's just keep them evil, okay? Dracula is not the kind of guy, oh, I did this for my love and for my... I don't give a why you really did. Oh, who cares? That's stupid. I want you to be Dracula. I want you to be bloodthirsty, terrorizing people with the Transylvanian accent, which you didn't have. And then when it showed him later on in like the times, he was like, oh, I'm in love with the reincarnation of this woman. No, he's gonna your girlfriend. That's what Dracula does. He brings him in, him and makes them undead wenches. That's what he does. Visually, awesome. I'm a sucker for Storm Sky. Like, I really am. And special effects were sick. Some of the way that the fighting was going on was awesome. The first vampire, awesome in this movie. Really, really cool. I like the way that he talked, his whole demeanor, like everything like that. Like that was sick. That was like by far the coolest vampire I've seen in a very long time. And one thing I will note, why is Dracula so hard to cast? I haven't seen a single Dracula I like. Not one. Not the one from Van Helsing, not any from the original movies, not this dude. You can look the part, yeah, but you can't be the part. Daniel Day-Lewis couldn't play a good Dracula. I'll say it. If he can't play a good Dracula, no one can play a good Dracula. No, I'm sorry.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give this?
I will give this a 7 because some of the stuff that you see is sick. The fighting sequences, what he can do with the bats, how he actually killed people, the whole Vlad the Impaler thing, and he's stuck by his name. That was cool. Visually awesome. It was good. Entertaining. I didn't fall asleep. I fallen asleep during. I wanted to go see The Judge for the record. I wanted to see that. This movie, not bad, but I much rather would have seen The Judge. Let's just put it that way. 7. Not great, not bad.
I would give this an 8. I enjoy retellings of classic stories, so if you enjoy retelling of classic stories, go see it.
Probably give it around a 7, and I would lean more towards 7 because the end of it makes me want to see a sequel. Might not have been the best thing in the world, but it ended to the point where I was like, well, and then?
I give it a 7 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. It did have its flaws. It was not nowhere near a perfect movie, but it was good. I enjoyed it very much.
I give it a 7 out of 10. The action was really good. The effects were really pretty. The story was lacking, but you don't really go to these for super in-depth stories.
I do.
It was a pretty solid movie. Not the best, definitely by far not the worst.
Better than Twilight?
Oh, God.
I give it a 7 out of 10. I give it a 7 out of 10 because it's an enjoyable movie. It's by no means going to win any awards. By no means you're going to walk out going, wow, that was very thought-provoking. No. Unless you're trying to question what the rules were, because that's really thought-provoking. You're going to go, that was a fun ride. I enjoyed it. It was visually stunning. I liked the characters enough to where I want to see more of them. It was just a good movie. Not great, just good.
If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so already. Like this video, favorite it, share it, like us on Facebook, give us the thumbs up. And what is your favorite movie monster? Because I know they did the Wolfman a couple years back, and now they got this one. So probably gonna get Swamp Thing and Mummy soon. So, and as always, we're letting you know before you go at Brendan Theaters. If you watch the movie, when it gets to the silver, when you're watching the movie and you get to the silver, why do I feel like I'm sounding like I'm retarded? If you haven't subscribed to this,
Hey, leave a pause.
no, you are the editor.
Pause. 5 second pause. Dracula. Wow. Let's try this again. Dracula. I really like the movie. Oh my god. He's got me on tongue-tied. I hate this guy.
I got people having dyslexia up here. It's awesome. Okay, what do you get? Where do you wait it? Wait. What do you wait it and why?
You gotta be that guy right now.
Put that in the blooper, please, Mike. Please put that in the blooper. I bet you, Bill Nye can do a good Dracula.
I doubt that. I highly doubt that Billy Nye could do that. The army's coming. We're gonna get them. No, I'm sorry. No, he could not. He's Davy Jones and Victor, and that's all. That's all he can do. Anything else is ridiculous. Everything.